This week, the theater department's winter play,
Millard West athletes take a polar plunge,
a unique opportunity for an artist,
and the NHS students sell chocolate bars, all here on the MWHS Wildcat News. Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Brooke Sliva.
And I'm Riley Cramlish. Last weekend, the theater department put on their winter production, Hammered, a Thor and Loki play, was shown in the Black Box Theater. Online editors Kaden Roth and Annabelle Harshbarger attended a performance and have more details about this marvelous show.
One of the most popular movie franchises for the last decade has been Marvel. With media ranging from television to movies, Marvel has shifted into telling on-stage stories with their characters. Millard West Theater put on Hammered, a Thor and Loki play which tells the story of the popular Norse gods developing their love-hate relationship throughout their youth.
For me specifically, I played Loki, and I watched all of the show, like the Disney Plus special Loki, and I watched like a couple of the other movies just to kind of get the feel for the character. And I already knew what he was kind of like, but the main thing, I just kind of the whole play is about them and like his teenagers and have like an older brother, younger brother thing. And I have an older brother and he's kind of annoying. So I could always like relate to that.
One unique aspect of this production was the intricate fighting scene, which was choreographed by assistant director Michael Catron.
It's a matter of adapting to the space. Like the most important thing in stage combat is safety. Both because you don't want your performers to get hurt, but also because if your performers are worried about getting hurt, then they are no longer actors, and you can tell that there's a legitimate fear of injury, which, especially in live theater, usually makes the audience not engage in the fight scene and just worry about the cast. So building up that safety, and then it's just, here are the moves, here's the repetition. For the most part, armed combat with the sword has like a recognized set of movements that all choreographers use.
Both the cast and crew worked to create a production that was engaging and comedic for their audiences. The crew overcame any obstacles or challenges that came while rehearsing for the show.
So one of the scenes, it was a very long scene where there were a bunch of rocks, and it was a very, very difficult scene to get down. That scene took a lot of time to correctly get everything in order, and we at the very end, Thor's hammer drops down from the ceiling, and we had to figure out how we would actually get it into the actor's hand, and that took like a whole month to figure out.
Hammered had a successful run and was met with praise and laughter from their audience. This has been Kaden Roth and Annabelle Harshbarger for the MWHS Wildcat News.
On Saturday and Sunday, the Millard West hockey team took on Fremont in the state championship. They lost both games, including a triple overtime heartbreaker on Sunday. With this thrilling win, Fremont clinched the title and the Wildcat season came to an end.
The girls' basketball team had more success this weekend, defeating Benson in the first round of the district tournament. But on Tuesday, their season ended with a loss to Omaha Central. This loss marked the official end of the winter sports for Millard West.
This weekend, the hockey team didn't have the coldest athletes. Members of the boys' basketball and girls' soccer teams participated in a polar plunge to raise money for Special Olympics. News director Caitlin Reynolds and editor-in-chief Evan Vasil bring you this chilling story.
On Saturday, February 26th, Millard West activities plunged into the icy waters of Lake Serinsky as they participated in the polar plunge for the fourth consecutive year. The event, held by Special Olympics Nebraska, serves as a fundraiser for Unified Activities. Millard West students from boys basketball, girls soccer, girls golf, and the ACP program made up 28 of the 433 community members who got cold for a cause.
So this year we wanted the polar plunge to be more of student-driven activity. So we asked student athletes who participate in many of our unified events to represent our Millard West Unified Sports and Activities here for the polar plunge.
Leading up to the frigid, waist-deep wade through lake water, students and various other groups prepared with tailgates in the boat dock parking lot and bundled up to stay warm while the UTN dive team cleared away ice. In order to bring a warmer feel to a cold climate, the Millard West team dressed in tropical attire.
We wanted to have a theme that applied to it being warm since it's the polar plunge, so we just decided to do beach theme.
Just after 11 a.m., the group made their way into Lake Zorinsky and swam out to the mannequin marking the deepest point of the plunge, then quickly returned to shore, where they ran to change into warmer clothes.
It was so cold after we got out. We were just like in the changing room and I was like, I don't even know what to do. My feet are still freezing and it's really hard to walk.
In total, Millard West raised $6,446, exceeding their goal of $5,000 and contributing to the $125,310 that the entire event raised. The money donated will go to programs and unified activities to further help support inclusion. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Evan Vaslow and Caitlin Reynolds.
When she's not editing, writing stories, or creating artwork for The Catalyst, Brenna Batchelder spends her time at Ken Bellows Art Studio developing her artistic abilities. Nolan Nemitz and Catalyst Editor-in-Chief Morgan Weir talked with her about this opportunity.
Since her junior year, senior Brenna Batchelder has spent 2 days a week after school doing a mentorship at Kent Bellows Art Studio. Under the guidance of professionally trained artists from Omaha, she develops her artistic skills and techniques while receiving advice on how to stay involved in the arts throughout her career.
They can learn new techniques. We do everything from clay to photography. So maybe they can try something they've never tried before and sort of get out of their comfort zone a little bit.
Throughout her time there, Batchelder has worked on a variety of mediums, including printmaking, oil painting, and clay. Being given the resources, mentorship, and an exploration of different forms of art has allowed her to hone in on the process of creating a piece from start to finish.
I usually start with some sort of plan or idea of what I want to make or convey. If I want to do a piece centered around the human form, I'm obviously going to consider how I can incorporate that medium in the best way to convey that idea. Or if I want to work on realism, I pick out a reference image and work through the colors and the setup and the scenery and all of that to make sure that turns out the best as it can be.
She has received recognition for a variety of pieces and was published in the anthology book Louder Than a Bomb. Her success is a result of her attention to detail and willingness to explore new mediums. Mentor Richard Chung first noticed these traits during a Kent Bellows summer session.
I knew she was ambitious, but I knew she also needed some guidance on how to exactly challenge herself. And I think with Brenna, all I had to do was pretty much give her a little hint, and she could figure out, okay, I get what you're trying to say, I think I see the lesson, the value, and what you're trying to tell me, and she took off with it.
With the knowledge she has learned at the studio, Batchelder plans to continue her passion with the possibility of majoring in art history.
This program has made me realize how important art is to me, how much time I put into it, how much I care about it, and what it can bring out of other students.
The skills she has gained through her mentorship are sure to benefit Batchelder as she pursues higher education and a creative career. This has been Nolan Nemitz and Morgan Weir for the MWHS Wildcat News.
In the past couple of weeks, you've probably been approached by someone trying to sell you chocolate. These are members of the National Honor Society who are raising money for their club. Carly Bailey and Sophia Candello have the story.
Starting on February 22nd, National Honor Society sold a variety of chocolates to students around campus in order to raise money for junior and senior scholarship opportunities.
The chocolate we sell since I'm a senior, I can apply for those scholarships. So basically the more chocolate we sell, the more money we have to disperse between the seniors. When we sell the chocolates, the money we raise goes towards scholarships that seniors who are part of National Honor Society can apply for.
NHS sponsors worked their hardest to ensure that everything ran smoothly and enough money was raised in the end.
I hand out the chocolate bars. I have to keep track of everyone who brings money into me, how many chocolate boxes go out. If they want an additional, every member is required to sell 2 boxes. So if they want additional boxes beyond that, and then I have to keep track of the money and deposit the money, and there's a lot of money.
NHS members were proud to get the opportunity to be a part of the club and jumpstart their futures in the process.
I'm a part of NHS because I got invited my junior year, and I really enjoy service and leadership and volunteering.
Some students got creative with their sale tactics so that they could raise the most money.
My sales tactics were to make homemade cookies and then sell them as if you buy my chocolate, then you get a free cookie with it.
Overall, students at Millard West couldn't get enough of these tasty treats. NHS members hope to reach their financial goal of over $4,000 and receive their well-earned scholarships. This has been Sophia Candello and Carly Bailey with the MWHS Wildcat News.
That's all the stories we have for you this week. For more daily content, follow our social media pages and visit our website. With the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Brooke Sliva
and Riley Cramlish. I'll see you next week, Wildcats.